Good evening. Nice evening here in Cormierville. It's in the mid-60s Fahrenheit. Just a very light breeze. Overcast. And I see on the radar there is some rain approaching, so we're going to have to, in fact, I feel some raindrops right now. Hello, Ginger and Alyssa. Thanks for being here. Hi, Ryan. Dan and Clovis. Great to see you. Chloe and JB, good evening. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing tonight? I know Nola said earlier he would try to stop by. So I'm going to turn the light on and get right at it here. It looks like there's a pretty good patch of precipitation moving this way, so hopefully we can check the sheet before that happens. As you can see, there's not much on the sheet at the moment for some reason. It seems like an ideal night. Although it's only in the mid-60s, it feels quite a bit warmer. There's no wind. I see there's a caterpillar, a tussock moth caterpillar. Let's take a look at that. Looks like the one we saw 3 or 4 nights ago. Excuse me. The body's mostly yellow hairs, and black and white tufts. .75 Fahrenheit in Smyrna, Georgia. That was about our top temperature today here. I don't know if this caterpillar would be looking for food or looking for a place to pupate. Probably the latter. It seems to be about full size, I would say. Gosh, there's not many moths here. There's somebody down here. This is the false hemlock looper. .23 Celsius in Edmonton, Alberta. Zestia popped in there. Let's see what this guy is. Good evening, Morales. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Kim, don't tell us the leaves are falling already. I don't know. I'm not sure what this one is. Wish I could get just a bit more light on it. Well, that's pretty good light there. I'm not sure. It could be in the genus Noticelia. That's what I'm going to guess. Noticelia is Notocelia, Noticelia. that's it, Alyssa. Thank you. And I'll try to remember to look up what species this would be. "91 Fahrenheit" in Clovis, near Fresno. Yeah, well, you can have it, Dan. False hemlock looper again. It's a few Gyplanana leafhoppers. Seem to be green ones this evening. There's at least 4 of them here around the light. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here's one with red. There's 5 green ones. This one, just the one with some red on it. Quite a bit of red, actually down the back and on the head and thorax. Yeah, this one wants to be different tonight. You know, it seems quite a bit larger than the all green one, but I need to see a few more side by side. And we could very well have more than one species of green Gyplanana here as well. Wow, there's a bunch of them. There's another one here with some red on it. Interesting. The caddisfly here. Oh, we got bumped out of the way. Looks like a spider with a midge. Sorry, Alyssa. 2 midges? Or did a midge just fly in and land on top of the spider who's eating a midge? It happened kind of quickly, but I see 2 midge abdomens there. I'm going to zoom in, Alyssa, if you want to look away. Interesting. I guess that second midge just flew in and landed there. It's a better view. Unconcerned about the spider right beside it that's eating one of his kin. So is the spider thinking, I wonder how I can catch 2 at once. There's a veery just called, a thrush. Another leafhopper here. That spider kind of reminds me of the look on the faces of blue jays sometimes. And they get a whole peanut in their beak, and they're trying to figure out how they can keep that in their beak and pick up another one, a second one. And they just sort of stand there frozen, trying to figure it out. All the species. What else is on the sheet here? Boy, there's not much in the way of moths. Another false hemlock loop. No, this is the hemlock looper here, not the false one. And if I remember correctly, when I was out here earlier, there was a white underwing. Ah, it's still there. I forgot about it. Down here. White underwing moth. Yeah, I was out here about an hour ago checking to see how the midge situation was after the horrific influx of midges last night. I've never seen anything like it before. It was just, the sheet was almost black. Nice. Oh, there's a nice view of the underwing on one side. Beautiful. There's Nola. Oh, and Dan. Dan from Descanso. Hi, Dan. Got a white underwing here, showing us his left underwing anyway. Ooh, nice. Getting a few more raindrops now. And mosquito bites. All right, you can close your wings there now. Oh. Flew off. I'm not sure where he went. Didn't go to the ground. Might be in the vegetation here somewhere, but I don't see it. Oh well. There's a couple of zesty adolosa under there. Hey Nola, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. This is the false hemlock looper. Here's a pink barred glyph, kind of worn. Don't see much pink left on it. And Newman wasp. Green fly. Quite a few warblers calling tonight in the sky. And what will happen if we do get a shower is that we'll probably start hearing more birds. Typically, first reaction to any birds that are flying high and migration and running into rain is to get down lower to the ground, so they sound a lot closer. I think this is American Idea moth. I-D-A-E-A. I-D-A-E-A. Yeah, that looks right, Alyssa. Thanks. Is some kind of a crambid moth. One that we see quite often. Don't know what that little fellow was. Tiny, tiny beetle here. Larger beetle. An even larger beetle up here. Not sure if that was a carabid beetle or not. Ground beetle, Morales? I think it was. Yep, that's it, Alyssa. It's a leafhopper here. Tiny beetle. Oop. A larger moth just came in here. It's a white underwing. I landed briefly on my head, my forehead, on the iPad screen. Oh, he went around the corner. Not sure what this micro moth is. Could be in the genus Argyrotania. A-R-G-Y R-O-T-A-E-N-I-A. Argyrotania. I think it's a fairly large genus. Just gonna move to the other side of it here. can find it again. Here we go. Not sure. Not sure at all what that is. Japonana, I mean. Japonana with just a touch of red. Japonana. Other species of leafhopper. Oh, there's a yellow-collared scape moth. I don't know if he's going to sit still or not. Inside the light there now. Caddisfly. Take a look over here on the shingles. I see there's a pale beauty here. And who's this? I can't see it well enough there. Newman wasp. Big old ant, maybe, don't know if it's a carpenter ant or not. I don't know my ants at all. I think we have something like 130 species of ants in New Brunswick. You saw an ant that size that was green, dark green, wow. This is really huge. It's got some pale hairs on the abdomen. Is that broad-winged bush katydid just called? And again. And again. Wow, it's such a nice, calm, warm, humid night. I'm really surprised there aren't more moths. I'm caught around the vegetation here. Here's a leaf roller. Perhaps broken line leaf roller. Or something closely related. Somebody mentioned that ant could be a queen ant. Morelli said that. It's gone. Probably ran behind the sheet there somewhere. A little leaf hopper down here. There's a grass veneer. Kind of like the leech's grass veneer, but there's another species that's very similar to leeches. Can't remember what it's called. Maybe eastern grass veneer. Very similar. I think the only difference is how close the white stripe is to the outside of their wings. Have to check on that. This our gyrotania, I think, is still here. Oh, there's a nice, maybe a signal fly. There are little flies like this with black markings in their wings that wave their wings a lot. They're in a family called signal flies, for obvious reasons. Here's a, not that much red. It's a Jeponana. I thought it was all red, but obviously it's not. The wings are mostly green, actually. Greenfly's not having a good day. Here's a spittle bug here, probably meadow. There's a white, smallish white moth here. I think it was a lesser maple spanworm. It's back. Yes, a lesser maple spanworm. I'll take a look at the shingles here to the right of the sheet. On the edge of the sheet, there's a caddisfly down there. Another larger caddisfly here. A jet going overhead. Zestia dolosa. Do adult caddisflies eat? Well, I wasn't sure until recently when we saw one actually eating a fly on the sheet. So I guess the answer is yes. There's a caddisfly in there. I don't know if I can get a better look at it. No, it's kind of hidden in behind the folds of the sheet. So, Morales, I don't know. I mean, they obviously have mouth parts, so I guess they must eat, but I had always thought that they probably didn't eat. But clearly saw one munching on a fly. Zestia delosa. Not much on the shingles here tonight, nor on the sheet, for that matter. Lesser maple spanworm. Another lesser maple spanworm up here. Oh, here's a dark spotted palthus. Bit overexposed, but pretty distinctive shape. There's a little tiny, couple of little tiny caddisflies. I think they're caddisflies, or are they moths? I guess, no, I'm not sure. There are some tiny caddisflies. There's actually a genus called Microcaddis, and there's some really small caddisflies in that genus that have some pretty bold markings on their wings. There's a nice red Japanana up here. Legs are still going. This pepper isn't ripe yet. Pale beauty. Buzzing noise here a moment ago. Oh, here's somebody new just come in. This is the one speck. Kind of has a dark line through the center of the wing, ending in a white spot. Was there an issue? Muffled. Oh, sorry. I probably had my fingers over the microphones again. Sorry about that. The one speck, we've seen it a couple of times, Chloe. You probably already saw one. Oh, here's a nice tree hopper. These have horns on their head. They're called buffalo tree hoppers. It's got kind of like a flat top with horns going out on either side. cute eyes down at the bottom of the face. You see the eye sticking out there, and the horns. Let's see if we can get a better view from over here, maybe. It doesn't like the light. It's going to turn away from the light no matter where I put it. A nice pale spotting on the top. Doing some grooming for the camera. There's a neat view from above. I guess the only function I can think of for those horns is just as a type of camouflage. Shaped like a Callia lily. Calla lily. Oh, there's a tree hopper and a leaf hopper. I think their little eyes are red. Yeah, the end of the wings are clear, and I wonder if all the wings aren't clear, and it's the abdomen inside that's green. That's what I'm thinking, Alyssa. I see these. I think the wings are completely clear, and all the green that we're seeing is from the abdomen of the insect. We're seeing it through the translucent wings, transparent wings, really. They are clear. You've seen these in person, Morales. Thank you. Okay. Well, Ginger, I'm not sure. I'm just speculating that they might help help it blend into its normal environment. They are tree hoppers. They aren't normally found on moth sheets. They're in trees, so I guess if you can have a couple of things on your head that look like thorns, it might help you to blend in. Just a guess. There we go, probably blends into thorns and rose bushes and shrubs. Yeah. Is it banana going by? Oh, that's nice. Super. Here's a nice red banana. Where? All right. I know there's one here somewhere. There it is. There's a little tiny leaf hopper right there. A little tiny green one. Not even half the size of that midge. You're probably talking 3 or 4 millimeters. And over here, another leaf hopper. Let me step back here and see if there's anything else new that has arrived. There's two hemlock loopers together here. Banana, our spider friend is still there with his midge. Broadwing bush katydid, very close. Greenfly, kind of a brownish, reddish brown abdomen. Another quick look over, there's a flame-shouldered dart down here. Pale beauty. Another pale beauty on the shingles. And we'll do one more swing across the sheet. There's a nice little micro moth that flew away. Here's the one speck. I don't think it's the same one. This one looks pretty worn. Spittlebug is over here, meadow spittlebug. Hemlock looper, you can see they're getting to be pretty common now. Some kind of a crambid. Pale beauty. Newman wasp. Let's see, is this our same leafhopper up here? Looks like it. There's a carabid, ground beetle. Largest legs, I think it has some greenish iridescence. Sorry, the camera doesn't want to focus on it well. This here, I should be able to name it, but I just don't remember. I've seen these quite a few times, this moth here. I think it's in the family Paralidae. I'll try to look that one up, so I'll be prepared for the next one. I think we saw one of those last night, or 2 nights ago as well. Our dark spotted pelthus is still there. Sharp-angled carpet moth, way overexposed. Somebody here on the cord. That's a false hemlock looper. Oh, here's Ginger and Alyssa. Julia's Dicey Malomia. that it, Alyssa? Ginger? Julia's Dicymoloma? Dicymoloma? I don't, something like that. Dicymoloma, I think. Dicymolomia, darn. So it's Dicymolomia, okay. Ginger, you and I were supposed to remember that name. Alyssa was away for a few nights back in July, I guess, and we were seeing Julia's Dicymolomia fairly regularly, but I could never remember the name, and somehow Alyssa was always able to pull it out of thin air, the name. So when she went away, we broke the Dicymolomia up into two parts, and I was supposed to remember the dicey part, and Ginger was going to remember the Molomia. I guess it didn't last. Amazing memory, Alyssa, really. Well, Ginger too. I'm just constantly amazed how both of you pull these moth names out of the air just from my mumbling. All right, one final look on the shingles here. Fortunately, we dodged the rain. It was a pretty large patch of rain on the radar anyway. That looked like it was bearing down on us. Oh, here's a newbie. Look at this one. Wow. Head down. Big white spot out near the tip of the wings. This is a migrant from the south. What is it called, Stuart? Oh, it's called the orbed narrow wing. Orbed narrow wing. Now, I don't think we saw one before. I know I photographed one this summer, but I think it was after the stream was over. Ginger or Alyssa, does that name ring any bells? There was a maple spanworm that photobombed there for a second. Worthy of a short, I agree. These guys, they actually, if you look in Moth Photographers Group or Bug Guide especially, they breed in Central America and the West Indies. And in late summer, they kind of invade the US and southern Canada. And they're pretty rare this far north, but I've had good luck. I see usually between 5 and 10 individuals every year in late summer and autumn. I don't know if anyone's going to recognize this, Ginger, as a moth. It's such a, they're actually, they come in a variety of patterns, these orb narrow wings. This is one of the most boldly marked ones I've seen, but I have seen this pattern before. Yeah, it looks like it's wearing a tie. What a crazy pattern. Get a look at his face here. Sorry for all the movement. It's hard to hold an iPad and oh, sorry. Got all kinds. I'm trying to hold the iPad steady and use 2 fingers to zoom so we get a better look at the face and the eyes. The Gyponana. Anyway, that's its face. Not a great view of it. I don't know if I can get a better view from this angle. If I can even find it. Well, at least you can see his left eye. Anyway, that's the orb narrowwing, a visitor from the south. Sorry, I'm just doing a quick repair job on my light here. Well, that was a nice surprise. I'm glad we did one more look over here. Let's move back across the sheet. And then we'll say goodnight. There's a carabid, I get, ground beetle. My stomach is doing a lot of growling. I apologize if you're hearing my stomach. Here's our maple spanworm moth. And what else? Galt's hemlock looper. The hemlock looper. Cestia dolosa. Quite a few crane flies on the sheet tonight. Oh, here's this is a common hypa, Hyppa, common hypa moth. Another jet going over, and some warblers. And broadwing bush katydid calling. Julia's dicey melomia. Not sure if that's the same individual or not. It's on the opposite side of the sheet. What's this here? Kind of a little wasp. Take a final close look at the smaller insects here. Some greenish leafhopper. Here's micro moth. We saw one of these a couple of nights ago. I said I thought it was in the genus Bucolatrix, and I still do, but I'm not positive. I won't even bother to spell it again because I could well be wrong. Leaf hoppers here. Oh. Oop, I hear some thunder. Buff-tipped Epinodia. Wrap it up. I think I just feeling the occasional large raindrop and thunder. Don't think we missed anything here. Oh, we've almost put in an hour already. Okay, well, I don't feel so bad about ending in that case. Good night, and thank you very much for tuning in. Great night, great attendance. Thank you, Kim. Nice to have you here as always. Ginger and Alyssa, thanks a million. Awesome job once again. Dan and Clovis, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Say hi to the girls. Hey, Chloe and JB, my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Morales, thank you. Appreciate your presence. Hey, Dan, thanks. Dan in Descanso, thanks so much. Glad you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. Sorry, I don't even know if I got to your stream over the whole weekend. Sorry about that. Gosh. Good night, everyone. Please hit the like button if you forgot to do so. Ryan, good night. Thanks for being here. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Katie did just saying good night.